Dear students, welcome to Social Science YouTube channel. Today, I'm uploading a video lesson of Business Studies, Chapter 1, Bank Transactions. Here, I'm not discussing each and everything. I'm discussing examination point of view in this chapter. So therefore, few content of this chapter may be missing. Nothing to worry. If follow whatever I will teach in this chapter, it will be very useful for you in the examination point of view. Let us go to this chapter. In this lesson, we learn about meaning of banks, characteristics of banks and post offices in financial transaction, and types of banks, different accounts that can be opened in a bank, methods of open account in banks, advantages of bank accounts. These are the important concepts we learn in this chapter. Let us start learning this chapter. Yeah, background. How is the term bank derived and what is the bank? Bank is a financial institutions which use the money deposited by the customers as investment and agree to return whenever they require. Even you can write bank is a financial institution where money transaction take place. In bank, two main transactions will take place. One is deposit and the other one is lending loans. Yeah. How is the term bank derived? Origin of term bank. The term bank is derived from Italian word banco and the French word bank, which means bench or money exchange table. So in the ancient time, the money exchanged in the public places, so by money lenders, therefore it is called as a bench or money exchange table. So one mark question you can expect, how is the term bank derived? It is derived from Italian word banco and the French word bank. So both means bench or money exchange table. Even a banking company may be defined as a company which transacts the business with finance. So means any company which deals with money, such companies are called banking companies. Then what are the characteristics of banks? One is dealing with money, acceptance of deposits, lending loans, payment and withdrawal, agency and utility services, profit and service orientation, ever increasing functions, connecting link, banking business, name identity, and individual firm company. So these are the important characteristics of banks. You can learn any six characteristics of banks. Then what are the functions of banks? Bank performs various functions let us see the few functions of the bank. One is accepting deposits, lending money, means lending loans, transferring money, collecting money, discounting of bills, hiring safe deposit lockers. Yeah, these are the important functions of banks: accepting deposits, lending money, transferring money, collecting money, discounting of bills, hiring safe deposit lockers, and even conducting foreign exchange transactions, keeping valuables in safe custody, issuing letter of credit and guarantee, conducting government transactions. Again, here also there are 10 functions of banks are there. So you can remember any six, because so you can expect a 3 mark questions on the functions. So therefore you can remember any 6 out of 10, whichever you feel easy. Now let us learn the relationship between the bankers and customers. So customers means the one who open the account in the bank or take loans from the bank, and the bankers means one who have opened the banks. What kind of relationship they have? Bankers and customers have two types of relationship. Let us discuss the two types of relationship. One is general relationship. In general relationship, you can find first one primary relationship. This is between the debitors and the creditors. Debitors means one who deposit the money in the bank. Creditors means one who borrow the money from the bank. Second one is subsidiary relationship. So this is between trustees and beneficiaries. So trustees means the bank owners or board of directors. Beneficiaries means the one who get the benefits from the bank, like debitors and the creditors. Agent and principal relationship. And this one you can say head office and the branch relationship. These three falls under general relationship. One more is there, special relationship, second one. Under special relationship, you can see two relationship. One is obligation to honor checks. Second one is obligation to maintain secrecy of account. Yes, here they honor the checks of all the banks and maintain the secrecy of our account. They won't give any informations of our account to unknown people. Okay, so general relationship, special relationship. Under general relationship, primary relationship, subsidiary relationship, agent and principal relationship. Under special relationship, obligations to honor checks, obligations to maintain secrecy of accounts. Next, we learn about the services offered by banks. Banks provide so many services. Few services we can discuss here. One is debit cards and the credit cards. Yes, both debit cards and credit cards are issued by banks. Banks provide even personal loans. They provide home and vehicle loans. They sell mutual funds. They provide safe deposit lockers. They provide trusted services. They give signature guarantee. They also provide e-banking services. Yeah. So here few things you can mutual fund you learned last year. Safe deposit lockers means also most of you familiar with this. You can keep your valuables in the safe deposit lockers. Trust services means some services provided bank we can trust them, like providing debit card, credit cards, checkbooks, such kind of things. Signature guarantee, yes. So whenever we go for transactions, each and every one transactions will be checked thoroughly whether you are performing or other performing through your signature. Even e-banking services. So nowadays, you know that we are using so many e-wallets. So that's called as a e-banking services like internet banking, mobile banking, or using Phone Pay, Google Pay, Beam, such kind of things are called as a e-banking services. Next, RBI. So RBI full form is Reserve Bank of India. This Reserve Bank of India perform few important functions. One is all the banking transactions in India are controlled by RBI, Reserve Bank of India. So important for one mark question. Even RBI is known as mother of banks or bankers bank or Central Bank of India. These are the different names of RBI. So you can expect for one mark this one also. And even RBI formulates the monetary policy which should be followed by all banks. Yes, all the banks of India, either private banks or foreign banks or cooperative banks or nationalized banks, everybody should follow the monetary policies formulated by RBI. Even all these banks are under the control of RBI. Therefore, only it is called Mother's Bank and the Bankers Bank. And even it performs the government functions. Therefore, it is called as the Central Bank of India. Even the recent development is so PBI, Postal Bank of India. Recently, development in banking industry in the inclusion of post office into its fold. It means recently, so major post office are declared as a banks. Post the Indian Postal Department is planning to start bank to be tentatively called as a Postal Bank of India. Yeah, this is they have given like this already they have started because when your textbook was printed that time they planned, but already post office are working as a banks. So Postal Bank of India is now working under the central government. And even what are the services offered by post office? This is also important for 3 marks. In previous exams, there was many times this question in previous exams. So National Saving Certificate, Postal Saving Accounts, Kisan Vikas Patra, monthly recurring deposits, postal insurance, pensions, money transfer. These are the services provided by post office. National saving certificates, so postal savings account, Kisan Vikas Patra, monthly recurring deposit, postal insurance, pension. Pension, this is old age pension, physically disabled people's pensions, widows pensions, all kind of pensions which are paid by the government, that will be through the post office. Even money transfer, MO, money order system is there. So through that you can transfer money from one place to another place through the post office. Okay, these are the major services provided by or offered by post office. Next, types of banks. Yeah, generally we have private banks, nationalized banks, foreign banks, cooperative banks. But officially, there are 6 types of banks. One is Central Bank or Reserve Bank of India. This is also called RBI. Commercial banks, the banks which lend the loans for commercial purposes. Industrial Development Bank, Land Development Bank, Indigenous Banks, Cooperative Banks. Yeah, for central bank, example is RBI. Commercial bank, all these banks. state banks, State Bank of India, or Canara Bank, Union Bank, HDFC, all comes under commercial bank. Industrial Development Bank, IDBI. This comes under the Industrial Development Bank. It provides loans for industrial purpose. Land Development Banks, Apex Bank, NABARD, agricultural banks comes under the Land Development Bank. Indigenous banks means local money lenders, financial people. Cooperative banks, so the bank started locally. In your area, some cooperative banks will be there. So such banks are called as the cooperative banks. Yeah, there are four types of bank accounts. One can open in the bank. One is savings bank account, current bank account, recurring deposit accounts. The fourth one is term deposit or fixed deposit account. The first one is called as a SB, current bank account. Sorry, savings bank account. Second one is CB, current bank account. Third one is RD, recurring deposit account. Fourth one is called FD, fixed deposit accounts. Let us learn one by one. Usually they'll ask differences between savings bank account and current bank account. Therefore, that too you have to learn thoroughly everything. Recurring and term, who can open if you learn is enough. Let us go one by one. First one is savings account. Who can open savings account? It can be opened by salaried persons, students, senior citizens, and pensioners. So they are open to encourage the people to save money and the pool their savings. There is no restrictions on the number and the amount of deposits in savings bank account. So these are the characteristics of savings bank account. It can be opened by salaried person, students, senior citizens, pensioners. So it helps to save the money and pool their savings. And there is no restrictions on the number and the amount of deposits. You can deposit how many times you want, and also minimum 10 rupees you can deposit, maximum how much you want you can deposit. These are the three main characteristics of savings bank account. And current bank account, it is opened by businessmen. Why businessmen open this savings bank account, current bank account? Businessmen open current bank account because they required large number of regular transactions. So therefore, all businessmen and those who wanted more number of transactions daily open current bank account. And even it includes deposits, withdrawal, and contra transactions. Amount can be deposited or withdrawn any number of times in a day. Yes, there is no restrictions to deposit as well as no restrictions to withdraw. So you can deposit the money hundreds of times in a day and you can withdraw the money hundreds of the time. Bank do not give any interest on these deposits. Yes. So savings bank accounts are there, at least they'll get small amount of interest from the bank, but current bank account do not get any interest, but they have to pay even service charges. They don't get any interest, but they have to pay service charges to the bank. So bank collects service charges or bank charges on such account. So these are the characteristics. It can be opened by businessmen. They can ask one more question: why businessmen open current bank account? Because they require large number of transactions. So therefore, they'll open current bank account. Recurring deposit account. Who can open recurring deposit account? These deposit accounts are generally opened for the purpose to be saved for a future date. So those people have future plans, like purchasing car or to meet the wedding expenses of their children or buy land or car. So such people open this recurring deposit account. So this one is also important for one mark question. They can ask who can open the recurring deposit account. So here money will be saved every month. So for many years, you can open this recurring deposit account either in the bank or in the post office. So there you can save the money every month. So whenever you after a term end, you can withdraw that money. You will get the money with interest. After a period is over, the total amount is repaid with the interest. Fixed deposit account. It is opened for a fixed period by depositing particular sum of money. Your deposit amount cannot be withdrawn before expire of the term. When the rate of interest is more depending upon the term in this deposit account. Yeah, comparatively all other accounts, so rate of interest is high in this fixed deposit account. So it is open for a fixed period by depositing the particular sum of money. Here we have to deposit first only. Then we can get the interest monthly basis or at the end of the term along with our principal amount. Procedure to open a bank account. We have to follow the following procedures to open the bank account. Yes, there are 7 procedures to open the bank account. First one is we have to decide the type of account which we want to open. After that, we have to approach the bank of our own choice and we have to meet its office. So when you go to the office, they'll give you proposal form. You have to fill up the proposal form. After filling the proposal form, you have to give the reference to open your bank account. Reference means one who already have account in the bank where you want to open. So that person have to give reference. He has to mention, certify that you are known by that person since many years. Next, after giving reference, submit the bank account form duly filled. While submitting the account form or this proposal form, you should give some documents like Aadhaar card, PAN card, okay, or voter ID, such other things. Now, Aadhaar card and PAN card are compulsory to open the bank account. Even the officers will verify all the particulars submitted. This is called scrutiny of application. So whichever applications you have submitted, it will be checked thoroughly. Next, so once your application is approved, you have to pay initial deposits. Certain amount of money you have to pay as initial deposits, like 500, 2,000 like that. It depends upon the bank where you want to open the account. So if you pay initial deposits, they will give you a passbook and later they'll send you checkbook and ATM card to your home address. Next, last one is advantages. If you open a bank account, what are the advantages you get? First one is safe custody of money. Second one is help in making payments. You can pay money to anyone through this your bank. Helps in collection of money, and also you can get the money whoever have to pay you. Get advance and loans. Even also you can take the loans or advance from the bank if you have a bank account. Helps in smooth financial transactions. Yes, whatever you do the transactions, it will be mentioned in your bank accounts. In future, there will be no problem. So helps to get a safe deposit lockers facility. If you want to get the safe deposit locker, so account is compulsory. So safe custody of money, making payment, collection of money, advance and loans, smooth financial transactions, safe deposit, locker facilities are provided. So this is also important. Many times this question has been asked in the board exam. Dear students, thank you. So revise this chapter again and again. Subscribe our channel to get the notifications and press the bell icon. Thank you. I will upload next chapter. So next week. Thank you.